responding now when the client is telling you Dubai is a bubble? You were, like, let's put ourselves in the shoes of the clients. If you were the one who really want to do something, but you are afraid. But you really want to do that, but you're afraid. Is this the only reason why you will still go ahead and apply? Right? Because if you don't really want to do that, you're just afraid, you're never going to apply. So even he is fearful to do that, he still really want to do it. So this is a fear-based objection. Right? So the fear-based objection, we only can overcome when we help our client to reframe. Help me to translate in Arabic. Reframe. Reshape his way of thinking. So if I'm going to just put into like a contrafacts, no, but this is what's actually been happening in Dubai, I mean, some of the clients will potentially agree, those ones who are like more in a weak position, or they may say, oh yeah, I need to think about it, but some of the clients are going to keep proving that you're wrong, and you end up into the battle. So, for us to understand what is actually bubble means, guys, do you know what is a bubble? Give me an explanation. What is the reasons of the bubble, real estate bubble forms?
A huge circle with nothing inside.
Nothing inside, okay. That's a fine, okay, so we established that. And when we're talking about the real estate bubble, what does that mean? Okay, so what?
Easily
Okay, so for us to be able to discuss those topics with the client, do you feel it's useful to understand on our own what is the actual economical foundational reasons of bubble? Yeah? But do you know them now? Have you ever checked on that? Is there any reason why you never checked? Well, ChatGPT, guys, I'm going to answer any questions. Doesn't mean that 100% valid, but I'm just giving you the inspiration. If you will have sometimes, and you're on your own, middle of the night, and you have some weird question to ask, what you do? You prompt your ChatGPT. What do you mean prompt? You tell to the ChatGPT who is he now, right? So you are an economical scientist who is discussing the economical growth, and the question to you is, in the Dubai real estate, like, what do you consider as a bubble? Or what are the main principles of forming real estate bubble anywhere in the world? It's going to be fantastic responses, guys. You can do it. But you have to prompt him first. You have to explain him who he is. You can tell him, you're Donald Trump. What is the reason of Dubai? It's a bubble. You're Sheikh Mohammed. So he's going to scan everything Sheikh Mohammed ever said about Dubai bubble and give you the response. If it's a free version, up to 2021. But I think it's enough, right? Make sense? One more source, guys, for you personally. I wanted to add it over here. I maybe still add it. I just forgot it. On YouTube, there is lots of videos of Sheikh Mohammed in 2013. Given an interview, I already said it to many of you guys, given an interview to some US journalists about what's going to be happening in Dubai. 2013. Watch it now. I'm curious to discuss your reaction on that. It's one of the ways you can maybe communicate with your client. Then, you know, it's up to you to decide. But like that's just Sheikh Mohammed is talking about something in 2013. You've been in Dubai recently, right? So I'm going to send you this video, and I would love to, you know, to discuss your feedback. To specifically look at the minute 21 and minute 23. And you have to know which minutes to give them, because they might not go through all of the 40 minutes video, right? Do you think it will be putting you in a different light in front of the client? No one ever did it. Okay, so let's come back. What do we mean is a bubble? people gonna often refer to 2008 crisis. Do you know what actually happened in 2008 in US, which helped to collapse all over economies all over the world? What do you know what actually happened in 2008? Why? Okay, so that is a nice movie, Big Shot. I think it's a Big Shot. Big Shot? Mm-hmm. I love that movie. I had to watch it double times because it's not easy to understand. They're using a lot of terminology. But this is exactly describing in a fantastic way what's actually been happening.
But that's not what actually happened.
Well, we don't know about that. I prefer to think that this is exactly, or potentially a version of what had happened. So the reason of the crisis, and you remember that real estate collapsed first in US, because in US, all the real estate been purchased with what, guys? Mortgage, right? And there is two types of interest rate in the mortgage, right? Type 1 is which?
In US,
Anywhere in the world. Fixed,
you have like escalating interest rate for 2 years.
fluctuating and fixed. Sometimes it can be combination. It's fixed for the first 2 years, and then it's going to fluctuate, go up and down, depending on the interest rates defined by, Anik, help me with who is defining our interest rates? Fund.
London interest rate.
No. It's Federal Reserve. I'm sorry, guys. It's the U.S. Federal Reserve defining the interest rates in the world. They have a meeting. I'm going to deep into the woods, guys, right? So you have to rewatch this. The U.S. Federal Reserve is an organization which controls the U.S. currency all over the world. And what it does is, I mean, U.S. currency.
Yeah. So US currency, it's considered as the global currency.
Global currency. So wherever you have a trade between the countries, between Dubai, for example, and US, or between Dubai and Mexico. In Dubai it's a dirham, in Mexico it's, I don't know, something, peso. So for them to have a transaction, so Dubai puts to the Federal Reserve 2 dirhams, and from Federal Reserve, it's converted in dollars, converted in peso, and goes to Mexico. They cannot pay just like this. I just need Federal Reserve. That's why the US is kind of in control of the global economy, guys. Have you heard about this? Yeah. Do you have any questions on that? Is it clear? I just want you to kind of have the structure in your mind, right? So what Russia was trying to do, because the sanction against of Russia, what actually had happened? Okay, I'm excusing myself, maybe I'm not precise or correct, I'm just like simplifying for everyone being able to understand the full structure of it. So for me to be able to do the work trading with any country, what I should do in the beginning, I should buy or accumulate a certain amount of dollars in a financial reserve. So the financial reserve then will just do the accounts. There's no actual moving of the money happening anymore, guys. It's not like someone is like, okay, it's all online, so it's basically an accounts, right? So US holding the accounts in each and every country. And it's not me putting money in the Federal Reserve and then sending it to Mexico. It's just me communicating, send to whatever IED with pesos to Mexico. And they're doing this. That's why sometimes when you are doing transactions through the different countries, it goes through the US and you have this conversion rate that you pay additional fee. So what's happened with Russia, for example? Just because Russia was having some sort of a dollar amount over there. So when the sanction happened, US Federal Reserve says, like, okay, sorry, you cannot access this money anymore. I mean, the money is kind of there, but you don't have them. This is the sanction, guys. So that's why now Russia is trying to establish connections aside Federal Reserve. To pay in rubles, you have to pay me in yens. You got me? So this is like the full idea. So that's just for you to put it as a picture in your mind. Is this clear? Any questions on that? So now, what was happening in 2007, 2006, based on the events in the movie? Of course, it's the crisis has been prepared for a while. It's not like something happened in 2008. So through these years, the way the financial market works in US, everyone is buying the property with mortgage, right? And most of the time, in certain circumstances, you need like 2, 3, 4, 5% down payment of your own funds, or sometimes not even anything. If you don't have any down payment, but you're qualified, you're going to have a higher interest rate. It's a very complex system. I have literally just like a small 0.0% of understanding how it works. So what's been happening 2006, 2007? The qualification process for people to receive the mortgage became so simple. US. Yeah, because that started from the US. But because US has this Federal Reserve and anyhow connecting to all of the countries, it started in US, but then it kind of waved to all other countries. So in Ukraine, for example, we had this in 2009, not in 2008. Most probably here, it was by the end of 2008, but it started in US in the beginning of the year. You got me? So it's waived. So what happened? They've been giving the mortgages for quite a while to people who are not really qualified to receive those mortgages because they don't have money to pay it back. And they were not properly explained what's been happening. Oops. So what does that mean? In the movie, it's explained perfectly because they were talking to strippers, and strippers have lots of cash, but they don't. I mean, cash because it's a stripper money, right? Like a couple of dollars here, $5 there. But they don't have like a stable income. So what the stripper was saying that I currently have 5 houses mortgaged. And the character of the movie is asking her about, do you know that your fixed mortgage rate is only fixed for 2 years? She's like, yeah, what's the problem with that? Intelligence level is very low. She doesn't understand. It's like, when your interest rate going to become fluctuated, you're going to end up potentially paying from 15 to 20% yearly on the amount when you mortgage. And you mortgage, for example, 95% of the property price. Can you imagine how much 10 or 15 or whatever percentage yearly means on that amount? So you're never going to pay off the body of the mortgage. You're going to just keep paying the interest rate, right? And you have 5 of those. So what's going to be happening? I'm going to default myself. I'm going to call myself, I'm a bankrupt. I don't need these houses, go away. I cannot do anything. I cannot resell them. I'm trying to resell them. So those years of being with a different mortgage rate, in 2008, most probably, became a crucial, critical mass for the market to be flooded with the houses where people need to get out of this investment, right? Are you with me on that? Do you understand what this means? So when there is a lot of supply, what's happening with demand? Goes down, right? And moreover, that's why the bank system failed, because those mortgage obligations, they've been compounded and then sold further into all of these mutual funds. Probably it's not mutual funds, but I'm telling you guys. When you're talking about investing in some profitable financial liabilities of someone, right? So you are the person who got a mortgage. You have good salary, you paid already 50% of the mortgage. So for me, I can take your liability because I have almost 100% guarantee that you're going to go forward and you're going to repay all the mortgage. So this is a high let's say, high level of guarantee with this financial obligation. I somehow compound it and create the mutual funds, do this, and then sell it further. I know it guys might not make much sense, but all our obligations that we have, they are by the bank, they're sold further. This is how the banks are actually making money. Highly recommend you to watch this movie. So having that in mind, the critical level of those people who are not able to repay was way too high. That's why first the market collapsed. Then the financial obligations are there. They've been used as maybe collateral. Collateral is something that you give in order to get additional mortgage. But for the big companies, right? Against of this, they've been taking money. So it's just like all system completely collapsed. Why? Because there was a flaw in the way they're evaluating, let's put it this way, your credibility in the evaluation process. Are you with me on that? Do you understand what has actually happened? So if someone's going to tell you 2008 now, or Dubai being like abandoned, like the people, so you know, of course, but that was like, you know, a housing mortgage crisis in US, which then collapsed the financial economy in US, which was affecting everyone in the world. Are you with me on that? So first of all, why it's not possible in Dubai, in a current market? Why this is not possible in Dubai? This is a bubble. That time in US, it was a bubble. The prices of houses been rising because of buying the house is very cheap. You don't have to have any down payment. There is lots of people are able to be qualified for the mortgage. So me having like a 5,000 dirham salary, I can walk into the bank, get all of the money, put it against the house, and then the house is going to start making money for me. So lots of people who never were able to repay it were able to buy it. So how is it in Dubai, or ever been?
2008? Or what?
I mean, in 2008, it was even worse. There was no proper financial system where you can get a mortgage for. How is it compared to the situation with the mortgages now in Dubai?
You have a limit, for example, you have a limit on the salary in order to take a mortgage. Like everyone can go and take a mortgage.
First of all. Second of all,
Down payment
The amount is
20%
higher
should
than
be
the
available before.
or even if you're international investor, how much? 50%. Yeah? If you're working in a risk sector like real estate, you're not allowed. If you are the owner of your own company like me, despite I'm going to show them, I have so much money, look, they're not going to give it to me. I'm very risky. Only salary-based person is eligible for mortgage. So do you see how the first most important thing is not working already, right?
But salary person also a little bit risky. He can be fired. He can.
Huh?
It's
Yeah, of course, of course.
also a little bit risky.
It depends on the employer.
Yeah, their employers, they have a rating as well. So, rapid and unsustainable price increase, which plateaus, and potentially, as I mentioned here, when the price, then the market, how it was in Dubai in 2008, it was some sort of monopoly on the market. It was like only a couple of developers who are holding the market. They can increase the price. There is no much resale. There is no much secondary market happening at all. So that's why potentially in Dubai back then, that was possible. But now if we look at what's happening in Dubai market now, 50% is off plan, 50% is secondary. So the market is balanced, right? For you to get the mortgage, okay, so 50% of transaction, of total transaction, sales transaction is happening in off plan and a secondary. We don't have this balance when something is higher, something is less. And if you're going to be talking about price for the off plan is more expensive than ready, who recently calculated how much money you will actually spend on a property if you were to buy it with a mortgage? Anyone done this calculation? because there is another option. If you don't have a full cash now to put it against the property, that's why you're going off plan. Most probably, even if you were eligible for the mortgage, you will still have pay this interest rate. So let's discuss about what will be the real price of your property. Would it be the same as the sales price? No, because you're going to be paying additional interest rate. You're going to be paying your life insurance, because you have to insure your life just in case. Yeah, and it's every year. It's not like you pay one time. So that's additional payment that you will have based on, you know, your age as well, and like all of it. So guys, if someone is telling you, oh, off-land is more expensive than the secondary, yeah, well, that makes sense. If you can put all the cash down and buy the secondary now, then it's definitely going to be cheaper for you. Good morning. Yeah, yeah. Okay, guys, moving forward. Excess mortgage debt, risky lending practices is just what I told you already. So rapid and sustainable price increase when the market is not balanced. Mortgage practices, then anyone and everyone, even a dog, how it was in the movie, by the way. It was a dog who got the mortgage as well. It was so easy to receive the mortgage, probably online, apply, just click bus, been approved, done. It was a dog, because the guy, the owner of the dog, had so many mortgages he couldn't take anymore. So International Monetary Fund highlights the role of easy credit and low interest rates. We have an easy credit to get here in Dubai? No. Do we have low interest rates? Depends. It depends what you're comparing it to.
Consider yes. Consider low interest rate.
Accessible. To what? Huh? It depends. In USA, you know, in USA, here we have an easier system. In USA, it's more based on how many mortgages you have. Which kind of mortgage history do you have? What is your rating as someone who will be taking the mortgage? It can be up to, it depends. It may, yeah, of course. But additionally in US, if you're talking about the mortgage rates, you have to consider the additional payments and tax and all of that things you pay on top of that. So that's kind of not relevant. Okay, guys, any questions on that? So what's the first evidence of forming a bubble in real estate? How you will communicate it to the client? I'm asking you, I was just talking for 15 minutes. What would you say is the first evidence that there is a real estate bubble? For you, Mr. Client, to be aware, just based on, you can say, here I'm referring to NASDAQ, American Stock Exchange based in New York. This is the list of reason, the list of evidence that may be showing that there is a bubble. So you can use that. So what's the first? Mortgage. Elaborate on mortgage. How are you going to present it to the client? Hmm?
Everyone can. The transactions related to mortgage are comparably low or at least 50-50 to off-plan.
Did I say that?
Yes,
I said secondary market and off-plan is balanced 50-50. Huh? First of all, we have a good qualification, very strong qualification on someone who is actually able to receive the mortgage, so the person actually going to pay, and we're not going to have a crisis when the people are not paying the property as a mass event, right? The second of all, you should put down 25%. Anywhere in the world, it's less. guys. I guarantee you it's less. So here is 25%. It's very hard. Why? Because we need to make sure that you actually have the money. So the one of the reasons, Mr. Client, is that mortgages are way less available for public. The interest rates are quite high, and you have to put a lot of down payment money for you to be able to get it. And moreover, it's not like you can remortgage it endlessly as in US. And it's not like you can have a lot of mortgages. If you have one mortgage, when you pay 25%, what would be the option for you for the second mortgage? If your salary allowed to take a second mortgage, how much you should put as a down payment? I mean, it's your salary is allowing you.
Allowed, but you will pay 35% down payment.
Minimum.
Minimum 35%.
Very good.
If you are international investor, you already put
You're always going to pay 50 as international.
International.
international perspective. So if you are international willing to take another one, so you have to put another 50.
If you have the capacity, if your salary allows you, you can take.
That's a good question, Mr. Client. Let me, rearrange it if that's something which going to be taking part in your decision. I can connect you with my colleague who is a mortgage worker who can help you with all of that process and qualifications. Would that be helpful if I would do that for you? Yes. Okay, guys. Elevated speculative activity and overbuilding. This is what's been actually happening in Dubai in 2007, 2008, which is basically been caused by lack of government control over the transaction of the property. So anyone could do what? What's the very common word that might still be used? What a quick investment. Flipping. What does that mean? So give me an example of what is actually what.
The capital appreciation of the price of the units will increase, then you will sell.
Yeah.
Okay, until he didn't finish the price.
On a very short
For a very
term.
short term.
Yeah.
Like some people give
Couple of months.
20%, yeah, 20%.
Couple of months.
You have in 1 year.
Yeah.
Which you will never bank any bank to do.
Yeah. Okay. So what does it mean, guys? It's something similar to the mortgage, certain thing. Back in the years, in 2007, 2008, we created unrealistic demand on a property, meaning anyone who has like 200,000, if at all, and has a good connection in Imar or Nahil or anywhere, or just the first one in the line, could book 4 units, pay 50,000. It was no minimum needed payment for you to be able transfer your property. So 50 you paid like first installment booking fee, it's fine. So what I'm doing, I'm paying over there in the sales office, I'm buying just anything. I have 200,000. I'm walking out, there is a real estate agent waiting for me. I'm saying, guys, I have these 4 units for sale. The transaction fee for off-plan was 2%, not 4. So what that means, that the agents are calling to the investors who were not so fortunate and reselling it immediately for 75 each. So I had 200,000. In 2 weeks, I have how many? If I bought each unit for 50 and I sold it for 75. 100K profit. So it's 50% profit in just like a couple of weeks. Oh, let's make it as a month. So what I'm doing the next, guys, what I'm doing, I have 300 now. What I'm doing?
Going to another.
Going back. I'm going back, coming back with, so this is the flipping, which is lack of government control, which been fixed, Mr. Client. So now there is a certain limitations, which are not only that you have to pay at least 30% of the unit price. Some developers, it depends. They're not letting you resell the unit way longer because they still have the stock. Do you think they're going to be interested in
They'll
you?
never give you the NOC. And the other developer makes the NOC with 100K. So based on NOC, pay 100K.
Yeah. Do you see, Mr. Client, how this now benefits you in terms of protecting your investment in market? Yes. Guys, are you with me? I can see someone is sleeping. Okay. Over-evaluation. Over-evaluation. It's not very common for Dubai, but just because this is a standard criteria of the bubble, over-evaluation means, in US market, for example, every home is different because most probably it's a piece of land and now you as an owner build whatever you want to build there. So every home has a different price. And I'm as an agent or I'm as a certified evaluator, I will go there and I will give the evaluation. In Dubai, it's very easy. Everything is almost the same, so evaluation works very standard. It's hard to say, okay, so this apartment on the 5th floor is 100,000 more expensive than apartment on the 6th floor just because it's different on the floors. The bank not going to accept that. But when it's way different construction, it's easier to, I don't want to say bribe the evaluator, but for evaluator to get mistaken. You with me? Do you want me to do like ears massage? So the prices are higher than the actual price. A person is receiving a different mortgage for the property. And then reality, he's not able to sell it, right? Are you with me on that? So we don't have this over-evaluation problem at all in Dubai. And external shocks, which is circumstances of force majeure, wars, I don't know, coronaviruses, and all certain things which are affecting the world in different countries. So what's happening with Dubai economy when anywhere else in the world things are happening? Like Ukraine, Russia, God forbid, Palestine, Israel. What's happening with the economy of Dubai? Or with the Dubai government itself? It's like Switzerland, right? Very safe. So will that be applying to us, be in a bubble? So it's actually, I don't want to say we're benefiting from that, but in a way we're helping other people to benefit from that, right? Okay, and down there I listed something that you can go through on your own. What is actual current market trends in Dubai? So we discussed what is an evidence of a bubble or uncertainty that can be triggered in a client. So what is actually happening in Dubai? Stability of economy means diversification within a different sectors. So not only real estate, tourism, trade. Now we're bringing up the first casino in the region. And I don't want to say it doesn't matter that it's not in Dubai. It's still going to increase the people are coming to Dubai, right? So it's kind of win-win for everyone. So, and I'm not talking about the oil, because oil was here all the time. So that's up to you, Mr. Client, just to take it in consideration or no. Government initiatives. 4% extra, been eaten. 4% extra, okay, so it's not extra transaction fee, it was here. So 4% transaction fees now apply for off-plan and secondary, not like it was before 2015. So stabilizing the market, we have an escrow account, we have very transparent option for you, even without having access to any specific resources, in your real time to see the actual prices in off-plan and secondary market. So without even being an economist, you can evaluate, is this a bubble or no? So infrastructure development, it what actually increases the prices of any property anywhere in the world. And we are part of building additional metro lines, the trains, roads. We actually have every, is it 20 years? We have every 10 years, sorry. Dubai 2030, Dubai 2040, and this plan is going to be, continue to grow. And again, over here, we can always, for our own confidence, rewatch the video of Sheikh Mohammed and understand that what the guy been saying has actually all happened. And it's so interesting for me, it was to watch, because in this video, he's saying, no one believes me. I know, when I'm saying this, people are not going to believe, but they will see. I don't know why it's not so kind of spread all over. Okay.
You have the link of the video?
I will find it again and I will share it, yeah. I will add it to this document before sharing this. You link to the YouTube video. Yeah, so market trends and performance. We have a historical data of the Dubai market. Actually, guys, a cycle of the market goes up and down, up and down. It's all over the world is like this. It's not like, oh, in Dubai, the price is going up, the price is going down. It's anywhere in the world. Sorry. It's anywhere in the world. Not only in real estate and stocks, in gold, oil, all the time. So this is some sort of a vibration of economy. So if it's down and you're looking for flipping, that Dubai might not be the best choice. But why are you even talking about like Dubai is a bubble if you're looking for flipping? Because you will get used to risky investment. This is what you want. You want to have risk. This is how you get the biggest reward. So global recognition, which is already obvious for everyone. Plus, I want you, quality developers, meaning those who've been in the market for a very long time, you can assess the quality of building, and it's really, really way better than in many, many countries in the world, including European countries, by the way. Even the old buildings that we have here, taking in consideration their weather condition, it's extreme heat and humidity, we have a good level of quality of construction. So diversification of offering, this is what we were talking about, off-plan, residential, commercial, like all of the diversification creates a sustainable opportunity for anyone to invest and balances the market. Over here, it's for you to fill it up yourself, because I want you to understand and kind of use your own words. When it's a bubble, it's rapid unsustainable price increase starts to plateau. And in Dubai, it's XYZ. So there's documents for you to have like a homework to realize how you're going to be. Are you going to be doing it or no? Huh? So, because that's, yeah, because that's what I'm going to be asking on the exam, guys. Some of those questions, right? Some of those questions as well. So if you're not doing this job for yourself, and I want to see your own interpretation, right? Not like something that you took from, because this is a very official language. You don't want it to be official. Moreover, when we are dealing with a fear-based objection, first of all, we have to clarify it. What do you mean by Dubai is a bubble? Most probably, there are in a history of someone got burned, something did happen to me or to my brother, mother from another, so we have to kind of brush it off. Then we was like, oh, so what exactly had happened, right? Before jumping into convincing them, yeah, but Dubai is not bubble. Yeah.
Maybe this idea coming from the time of pandemic, the prices go very down. And since then, that moment, the prices are getting high, little bit down. So they are expecting that is coming down very soon.
Why?
No, this is, I say this might be the idea.
Okay, so
That is the curve of
do you want to understand if this might be the idea, or do you want to assume that this is the idea?
because the prices goes down because of the pandemic.
No, guys.
Not normal.
Sorry, I'm on the
normal
market.
economy.
So how long are you in the real estate market?
Um,
Since when?
maybe
5 months. Okay, so let me tell you how it was actually the reality. And I will put the graph. Thank you. Thank you. The people who've been there long enough, I will prepare that in the next session for you. Guys, the market been slowly going down since 2015. Since 2015, slowly, till 2020, the market been going down. It's been predicted before Corona, then on 19th, it's going to turn. We've all been expecting on that. We don't know, will that be a case without Corona, or will it be still going down? But there is many factors which contributed to a market shift. So I don't want to assume what the client mean by market is going down, and if you're going to start jumping in saying it's from 2002, and you're talking to someone who's been living in Dubai and somehow did a homework, because that's, honestly, guys, you're going to even Google the Dubai price index graph, and you will see that easily. In Property Monitor, any report, a quarterly report, they publish it. This is where I was taking my information. So it was going down all of these years. All of these years up to 2020, which was still down. And then it became up.
So you mean it was predicted before the corona in several years that it will
Go up. Yeah. However, it's been predicted the years before as well. It's been predicted 2018, was it? And then 2019. So back then, guys, we've been, me and Islam been sitting trying to sell real estate. And we're just like being on the phone with the client. Oh, the market gonna go up. And you're just like saying this. We're like, well, I'm not sure if it's actually gonna happen because the market been going down. But now with the Corona additional shift that you definitely should realize as well, there are so many people are coming to Dubai because the visa policy changed completely. How was it in 2015? If you are from a certain countries, as a post-Soviet Union countries, and you're here for a month, for you to be able to get back, you have to stay away for a month. And then only you can fly in. There was no like visa extensions, visa runs, forget about that. There was no golden visa opportunities, no retirement visa, there's nothing. It was very hard. Everyone should be getting visa through the Fly Dubai or Emirates. And certain nationalities, and me included, Asians, I'm sure Arabs as well. That's what it was. Do you think now, Mr. Client, with all of these changes, which are already implemented, it's easier for people to come in Dubai, stay, try to find work, or it's harder? It's easier. But having this in mind, understanding that more people are coming in Dubai, looking for the better opportunities, more businesses are coming here as well, how do you think it's going to affect real estate going forward? I'm not saying it's never going to be going down again. It will be sometimes stagnated, or a little bit going to go down. But overall, how it's going to affect real estate? You got me? Right? Practice.